this sector is going to boom, whether we like it or not.
Mhm,
Because if
mhm,
somebody is only looking social sector as a career, then I
mhm,
would suggest that they should not enter social sector.
mhm.
There should be some calling, inner calling. This is not an easy challenge. One need to understand and आपको sacrifice करने का आदत बनना पड़ेगा. I wouldn't want people to come get into a crossover when they are frustrated in their jobs.
Mm,
It should be more coming out from that I need to do something better.
mm.
The growth here is how many lives I am able to transform.
Good morning and welcome to Know the Social Sector. Those who are watching us, today we have an amazing guest, Kiran D. Sir. And those who know him will know that he is a bigger name in the non-profit ecosystem. He has spent 4 decades working and helping non-profits and companies grow. Those who know, he has also been with iSoul, founded iSoul as a talent search and consulting firm. Then Kiran ji also joined as a CEO, the first CEO at ONGC. I've spent almost 5 years there and then started Sewa Bridge in July 2024. Welcome, Kiran ji, to the podcast today.
Thank you. It's always good to be with you.
किरण जी, आपने सेक्टर को और लोगों को और जिस तरह से इकोसिस्टम डेवलप हो रहा है थ्रू सीएसआर थ्रू चेंजेस एंड सेवा ब्रिज आपने जुलाई 2024 में जब स्टार्ट किया तो बहुत सारे आइडियाज होंगे क्योंकि आप ग्रांट मेकिंग साइड भी रहे हैं, ग्रांट टेकिंग साइड भी रहे हैं। तो आपको कैसे लगा सेवा ब्रेज एंड देन इफ यू कैन शेयर द स्टोरी बिहाइंड स्टार्टिंग सेवा ब्रेज एंड इफ यू कैन टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज समथिंग दैट टुडे सेवा ब्रेज डज।
Okay. Actually, ये जर्नी सेवा ब्रिज जर्नी के बारे में बात करना है तो आई थिंक आई लाइक टू टॉक लिटिल अबाउट मेरा सेल्फ जर्नी का भी थोड़ा बात करना पड़ेगा. आई गॉट इनटू वॉलंटियरिंग एंड डूइंग सेवा एट अ वेरी अर्ली स्टेज. During my school days, I used to volunteer in an organization called YCS, YSM.
हम्म
So that used to be a school-based organizations. So there I started going, attending village experience camps and things. And उसके
हम्म
बारे में थोड़ा तभी मुझे लगा that I should live not only for myself but for doing something for others. मतलब ये thought ऐसा लग रहा था that there's a debt to be paid.
हम्म
So that was a thought which was lingering in mind for a very long time. So, I'll say that as that kind of a realization gave me a footing into being part of some Seva activity from then on.
हम्म
I was the founder president for Youth for Seva, which is into corporate volunteering and generic volunteering also with
हम्म
youngsters basically. ऐसा
हम्म
बहुत सारे organizations I was associated and I've been working. When I came to ONGC to take up the CEO position of ONGC Foundation, then I realized there are a lot of good organizations working at grassroots. A
हम्म
passion होते हैं. They are actually doing a lot more good transformation work, I would say.
हम्म
And लेकिन उनके पास the major lacuna was that they had no access to funds.
हम्म
Because they were not looking at from a fund perspective at all. They were only
हम्म
looking at how is that they will be able to bring in a change.
हम्म
So it's a complete different paradigm. So
हम्म
when you looked at them, then I realized that we are also unable to give them funds. When I was in
हम्म
ONGC, I was also realizing it is not easy to give them funds because
हम्म
they were not grant ready.
हम्म
तो ग्रांट
राइट
रिसीव करने के लिए क्या डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिए, किस तरह का स्टोरीज चाहिए, दैट दे वर नॉट एबल टू बी अवेलेबल विद देम. So
हम्म
the intent was always there,
हम्म
but the behavior in terms of the current
compliance
framework वो नहीं था
हम्म
उनके
हम्म
उनके पास. So this was one thing that was I was feeling that कुछ करना है. And
हम्म
also, whenever I used to meet various fellow people sitting on various boards and CSR committees and all, I used to always hear one clear statement that अच्छे NGOs नहीं मिलते हैं.
हम्म
So then I realized that there is a gap because
हम्म
whoever comes approaching for funds, if their documentations are good, not everybody is having ground presence. So,
mm,
and some of them who are having ground presence don't have those kind of documentation nor a reach to go and seek funds.
mm,
So this was a dilemma. And this also strengthened when I was made the sous Sherpa for Civil 20,
mhm,
for G20 official engagement group. Then I traveled across India,
mhm,
interacted more than 4,000 civil societies, and
mhm,
realized that this strengthened my belief that we need to work with people who are unable to reach out to the grants. So this
mm,
was the basic reason why Seva Bridge came into existence. So we thought we will be the bridge. That's why it's called Seva
mm,
and the bridge. And
mm,
it is a bridge for both. People who are
mm,
delivering Seva and people who want to be part of Seva
mm,
through funding. So one side we work on building capacity for NGO sector, social sector, mein, and also look at how do we facilitate funding for them. On the other
mhm,
side, we would want to work as a donor advisory, wherein we
mm.
will be able to work with them based on their own policies, their own requirements.
Priorities.
We
Yeah.
will be able to align the NGOs who can deliver that. And
Mm,
ultimately, एक चीज है ना, see,
mhm,
SROI is something how it has to be measured. If I spend 1
mm,
lakh in a city like Delhi or Mumbai, the
mm,
SROI will be if it is X. If I
mm,
spend the same 1 lakh, let's say in a northeast place
mm,
where even reaching to that place has a access difficulty, then the
mm,
SROI will be multiple X, maybe 10X to
mm,
compare to what the same 1 lakh would give. So we
mm,
are looking at how can we work with those organizations who are
mm,
far away, but unka
mm,
need both hai, and even small help can make a great difference in their lives. That's
mm.
the idea.
Very inspiring, sir, from say just doing grant making and then taking different path to build the ecosystem for both side, being advisory and also providing grant readiness capacity support to nonprofits. And I'm sure in the last 2 years, the scale and the partner that you have, you will need more folks to join you, more people to join Seva Braze to support these efforts to build better ecosystem. What sort of people generally Seva Braze look for, say, to support nonprofits, to provide advisory to philanthropists?
Actually, देखिए हमको तीन चार टाइप का लोग चाहिए. When I say three, four types, it's not about the personality. Personality एक ही तरफ चाहिए. That they
Mhm,
should have some passion to be part of the social change.
mhm,
That is a fundamental thing that would be required.
mhm,
If
mhm,
somebody is only looking social sector as a career, then I
mhm,
would suggest that they should not enter social sector.
mhm,
There should be some calling, inner calling, which also should say that, yeah,
mhm,
I need to earn so that I need to sustain myself, but at the same time, I have a earning towards bringing some social change. Then this
mhm,
sector definitely good and worth getting into it. At Seva Bridge, we are looking at people, one who could work with NGO partners in understanding them, working for preparing their proposal writing, to monitoring and evaluation of the projects. We
mhm,
don't get into implementation. Implementation is the forte of social sector partners, but we would want to be part of the creating those frameworks of monitoring, evaluation, and those kind of things with the partner. So one,
mhm,
we would require people with that kind of a skill.
mhm,
Second, we would also look at people who are interested to be part of impact writing.
mhm,
Yes, today, research and impact is also going to be a very important and a key role. Going forward, ESG and CSR, it is going to get blended at some point of time.
mhm,
And you need to have good people who are having research mindset.
mhm,
It's not just about how many beneficiaries and where and what, but what is the impact. And also we need people who will be in a position to drive the policy change. So
mhm,
very practically at the end of NGOs, the other one is more at impact and policy kind of a thing. And the
mhm,
third is more into what you call the capacity building.
mhm,
Trainers, working with the grassroots. See, it's very difficult to understand. I'll give a simple incident. One of
Mm-hmm.
our partners is based out of Assam. And
Mm-hmm.
today, if you look at Assam, it's in the flood
Right.
relief act. And this
Right.
organization has completely deployed all its resources to work there. But the
Mm.
donor is kind of shouting, "नहीं आप quarterly report नहीं भेजा है, आप अभी भेजना है,
Mm.
date." But he is not even understanding the reality that thousands of villages have been submerged.
Mm.
And for a person who is working on field, more than the report, supporting the people there becomes paramount. So we
Right.
need people in Sewa Bridge team who are able to comprehend this, understand, and work on balancing both.
Mm.
So that's where I say, no, the personality and the attitude becomes very important.
Mm.
Skill, I really feel it can be taught.
Mm.
But the
Right.
competency is something which is more inherent, and people should come with that right kind of mindset.
Right. And Seva Breeze is in the ecosystem building. Those who will be joining and exploring career with Seva Breeze, what sort of growth pathways and career pathways are for these young folks and who want to transition to Seva Breeze?
Today, Sewa Bridge is a very young and a small organization. But
Mhm.
the way we are looking at envisaging the future is we will want to be having our own offices in 4, 5 different locations. And we also want to bring different verticals. Like I spoke about these 2, 3 verticals, we need to
Mhm.
build those verticals. And again,
Mhm.
working with donor advisory requires a different kind of a skill set.
Mm.
So for that also, we would require people who are BD and as well as coming from the social sector background.
Mhm.
So this is going to be there. And I feel since it's an young organization, the growth
Mm.
potential is pretty high.
Mm.
Because when we want to build these verticals, you need to look at building a metrics organization. And when we talk metrics, there is going to be vertical as well as an horizontal growth. Both are going to be there. So growth, I don't see an issue. Second, since we work with a lot of partners, many of the partners are in a maturing stage. And
Mm.
when we talk to them, they say, "नहीं आपके साथ काम किए तो we will love to absorb them."
Mm.
So there is also that kind of a trust from the partners. So slowly we may get into a mode wherein we would want to develop,
Mm.
hire few people internally in the team, deploy them to the partner location, and if both are comfortable, they should
Mm.
get hired from the partner side. So that is something which we will want to do as
Mm.
the days go.
राइटली किरण सर जब आप कह रहे हैं ना कि ऑब्जर्व करें आई थिंक those who are exploring career with Seva Breeze, it's an opportunity. I mean, when you work with one org, you understand things through one perspective. But Seva Breeze would be working with, say, 100, 500, thousands in coming year. So you'll have different perspective insights, working with multiple founders. So that sort of exposure built you faster for leadership. So it's sort of the exposure that will matter a lot in coming days. And we can say that coming through that talent ecosystem. किरण सर, आप ओएनजीसी के साथ भी रहे हैं, बहुत सारा इनसाइट समझते हैं फिलेंथ्रोपी साइड से भी, नॉन प्रॉफिट को भी समझ रहे हैं, एंड आई थिंक अब सेवा ब्रिज में दोनों को बैलेंस करने में क्या डिफिकल्टी है और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. तो अगर कुछ folks who want to transition in social sector from corporates or youth who want to just start their career in the social sector, अगर आप कुछ advice या आपके insight share कर पाए उसके around will be super helpful.
First, let me address the crossover. People who are in corporate who want to get into social sector. This is not an easy challenge. One need to understand and आपको sacrifice करने का आदत बनना पड़ेगा.
Mhm.
Only
Mhm.
then you can move from corporate to a social sector. But the kind of satisfaction you are going to get here will be completely different. So it all depends on what are you seeking in life. उसके हिसाब से आपको करना है. यूथ फॉर सेवा में हमने एक प्रोग्राम किए थे क्रॉसओवर वर्कशॉप.
Mhm.
We had about 45 people who were about 40 to 50 age group. And we did a workshop for them to tell them if you really want to cross over, what it means, what sacrifices
mm,
you need to make. And also, social sector is not an easy cake.
mhm,
There are examples of software engineers going back and farming, doing farming and all. If you sit and work, I mean, understand their life experience, it will come out. It's very hard, but
mm,
at the end of the day, it's very satisfying. So
mm,
crossover definitely at some point of time it should be done. I wouldn't want people to come get into a crossover when they are frustrated in their jobs.
mm,
It should be more coming out from that I need to do something better and I want to go there rather than because I'm stressful here, I'm not
mm,
performing here, so let me go there. That doesn't make sense. So this
mm.
is one piece of advice I would want to give for people who are moving on. For the youngsters who want to get into social sector, this sector is going to boom. Whether we like it or not, there is a convergence happening both at developmental sector side, funding side, impact funding is coming, social equities are coming up, and you have social stock exchange, which is getting strengthened. So definitely there is going to be scope for people to work in social sector. But again, if somebody is looking at मुझे country manager बनना है, then
Mhm,
I would suggest don't come to social sector because here the growth is not going to be every 1 year, every 2 year you get a opportunity.
mm,
The growth here is how many lives I am able to transform
mm,
and how much of the people I touch, there is a change that I've been able to make. If I'm working sitting in an office on writing a grant proposal, because of the proposal what I have written, how many lives I've changed. This
mm.
is the kind of approach you have as an youngster. Please do come. Definitely, there is a lot of requirement. If you look at so many fellowships happening in our country today, people are definitely coming there. Many come there because they feel it's easy to get a job later, but many of them get stuck there because they feel this is what they want to do. So,
Right.
huge scope
Yeah.
is there.
Right. And this space is emerging, like Kiran sir said. And we exist because we need more and more people. And that's what Ground Zero also does. It was great to have you, Kiran sir, on the podcast today. We'll come back with another conversation with you in coming future. And we'll talk about how the ground realities look like with the partners, where Sewa Bridge is bringing changes. Those who are watching, we'll be sharing Sewa Bridge social media and website. Do check out their work. Give us out, put in comments if you have any questions. And we look forward to connect with you again with the next podcast with the new speaker. Thank you so much, Kiran sir, again.
Thank you. It was great. Yeah.